Everybody quiet today. Holiday weekend, I guess. I don't Oh, dang it. In between that song, it's, oh God, push the button. Okay, there we go. All right. Joel G says, be louder. You got it, buddy. Everybody be louder. What's up? Everyone's being super quiet today. How's it going? It is Monday, July 3rd. It's 82 degrees is outside. And it's the third Eases on the 23s of the year of our Lord. This day unto yours, whatever words. What's up? It's Monday. What do you want? What do you guys want? Huh? What do you guys want? It's Monday. What do you want? You guys want a commercial right out the gate? Become a YouTube member. A lot of people did, and then they're not now. We're down to 59. We're dropping. They're dropping like flies over the summertime. You know how it is. It's too hot out there. It's too hot out there for these members. They're dropping. The patrons, they're dropping too. 84. We're down to 84. But that's okay because it's Monday. Because who cares? Wait, let's double check Patreon. I didn't double check it. I haven't got any messages on Patreon in a while. So yeah. Luke Wang says 82. We're at 101 there. That's unlivable. I don't like that. That's too hot, bro. I don't know what to tell you about that. That's too hot, and my guess would be, if I had to wager a guess, it's probably got something to do with people shouldn't be living there. You know what I mean? That would be my guess if I had to make a guess. People should probably not be living where you're living, wherever that is. 101 is ridiculous. It does get over 100 here sometimes, so I'm just making fun of the fact that it's 100 there currently. 95 here, got the AC wide open. Yeah. Yeah. That's the funny thing is like, I know a lot of people that are like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I love the heat, man. I love living in the heat and stuff. And then it's like, you go in their house and, yo, bros, they got AC on, you know? They don't like it being 101 in their house or 110 or whatever desert temperature they've decided to claim as their specific joy-filled temperature to live in. Sacramento. Yeah, you'd be hard-pressed to come up with a good reason for living in Sacramento. I like Sacramento. I've been there a few times. I definitely enjoyed it. Most times when I was there. Hold on. I've got to click this thing. Email stuff. Okay. Yeah. Become a patron or become a member or gift a membership to people if you're a Bezos type character. There's our commercial. Okay. Yeah. We appreciate it. We're going to make more content. Blah, blah, blah. You guys know the spiel. You guys know the spiel. I would love to be making content full time. I can't afford to do that. Can't afford to do that at like $200 a month. My family would starve to death. And thusly, I would die. You know? So, yeah, it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys' support 100%, forever, big time. If you're a cheapskate, hit the like button because that's free. Just pull the phone out of your pocket and push it. Actually, do whatever you want to the like button. Just engage with it. Just get as weird as you want. Get as weird as you like with the like button. Just get weird. Okay, we're over that. Okay, we're moving on. This weekend in the news, personal news, family news, we loaded up the trailer and went down to the family property. We went down to the family property. We got the trailer down there. And your boy over here spent all weekend clearing land with a tractor, running around town, going down to the river, clearing more land, digging holes, clearing some more land, and then scooping up a giant pile of rocks and shaking them out of a tractor bucket, and then pecking them down with the tractor bucket, and then scooping them up with the tractor bucket, and then shaking them down into a spot. And this last weekend was my first time using a PTO brush hog. I don't even know if you guys know what that is. The PTO stands for power takeoff. Or does PTO is power takeoff, right? Hold on. PTO means, what does this stand for? Yeah, paid time off. Hold on. Off a motor. Oh my God. It's power takeoff, right? Yeah, power takeoff. Yes, power takeoff. Okay. God. That was gonna make me lose my mind. Anyhow, a power takeoff. Basically, the engine is running. You have a drive shaft that runs out externally, takes some of the energy that the engine is running, so that you can operate other equipment. Does that make sense? This drive shaft shoots out the back of a tractor. I gotta watch out. My daughter's around. She's lurking. That drive shaft sticks out the back of a tractor, and as you run the tractor, you can hook up equipment to it. And then when you run the tractor, you run up your RPMs, and it will run faster or slower, depending on how many RPMs are. Well, this is I've used side mowers and stuff on tractors before. I've never used a brush hog off the back. This is my first time using a brush hog off the back. And pretty exciting, I got to admit. A thrill a minute with the crazy brush hog going behind you. If you have hay fever, you're going to be sneezing. It's going to be dusty. You're going to be having some hay seeds flying around and a bunch of rubbish, dusty, floating around in the air. So hot, dusty, brush hogging around, clearing land for the family RV spots that Vicky has been, and I would say lightly encouraging. Hey, lightly encouraging by us doing these spots. Long story short, is a big family plot down south near Yelm, Washington, in the shadow of Mount Rainier, if you've ever been there, or if you are a geography nut. And it's undeveloped land, where some trees have been taken down, some areas have been cleared, some things have been done, but it's definitely undeveloped land. And now is beginning to be the time. It's the time. It's the time, my guys. We're going to start developing that land and have some RV spots down there, and just doing that because, Vicky and I were talking about it the other day, and the reality is that, like, that plot of land is probably going to be where we'll end up retiring. So initially it was her father's idea to build a house down there and retire on that land, and then just be out there being an old guy doing that whole thing. Well, as you guys know, I've kept you guys remotely updated on that situation. They moved up to Alaska. That's why every once in a while you'll see Alaska highlights, Alaska videos or whatever, that may or may not come up on this channel. Those Alaska videos come up because we go to Alaska, because the family is up there. Vicky's dad was originally from Alaska, which is why Vicky is an Alaskan native, because her dad, you guys know how the birds and the bees work. You know how that goes. Anyhow, so we were, so their plan was to retire on that land. Well, it's just been sitting there. I know that he's owned it for 40 years now. And it's just been sitting there, and they've kind of done some stuff here and there, and they kind of got excited about it, and then they would kind of quit, and then kind of get excited about it, and then they would quit, and then kind of get excited about it, and then they would quit. And I think, honestly, now they're probably just going to retire up in Alaska and probably just stay up there, is kind of my guess. So Vicky and I had the discussion of, like, well, we're going to retire probably 20 years from now. What's our plan? And the reality is, like, as you guys know, we own some properties and stuff, but we don't own just flat out land spot. And that's a land spot, and Vicky is on the will and all of that. So, if we develop all these RV spots, at the very least, if we have power, water, RV spots, all that kind of stuff, hey, in the future, we could really consider developing that land into our retirement. And I want to say compound, because that's probably the right way to call it. That's probably the right thing to call it. Weird compound, meditation huts. She wants me to build one of those octagonal meditational huts. Octagonal. Let me see if I can find this meditation hut. I don't know what you call these things. There's a name for it. Yeah, you get an idea here. Here we go. This thing. This looks a little ambitious. Maybe more like this. There we go. Okay, let's look at this one. Yeah, we got to go down here and we got to find ourselves a little thingy. Whoop. And then we got ourselves a little picture. She wants me to build one of these, which is definitely in my ability. If I have a machine that can help me, I'll probably be okay. So as long as the tractor is there, or maybe there's even a tractor I could borrow, I could probably build one of these things, like an octagonal meditation hut. I'm calling it a meditation hut. I don't want to call it a yurt. Because a yurt's more like this. This is a yurt. Doesn't a yurt normally has a freestanding roof, right? And walls? Like this? It's just like a canvas thing. Let's check it out. Let's take a look at yurt. Boomski. No walls. Let's just go images. Here we go. Image search. Yurt. No walls. No walls. Yeah, this is how. Oh man, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can I hold on? Let's see if I can do this. Alt. There we go. Nope. Does Alt work? Dang. Doesn't work. Remove. Add source. Let's go like this. Let's fix this, guys. You guys can just see my whole screen now. How about that? There. There we go. Where's my yellow arrow? We got to bring back the yellow arrow, guys. When I point with the yellow arrow, it just really brings that level of emphasis to what I'm talking about. Anyhow, this is what I think a yurt is, right? These temporary walls that are like these sticks, whatever these are called. Lath? It's like lath sticks. They're like lath sticks, and then each one of these little wall things goes up, right? Each one of these... Where's my arrow? There we go. Each one of these little wall things goes up with the sticks, and then they make a circle, and then you suspend this part from the top, and the canvas goes on there, and it's just this canvas thing. I don't want to build that. I want to build what I showed you guys earlier, which is like a solid structure. Maybe this is a good... Oh, I got to click on No, because this one has the temporary slats also. So yeah, that's what I was saying. This is a big difference between a yurt and what I'm talking about. This might be closer to it. Yeah, like this. I'm going to build something like this, guys. Can we go full screen? Can we go full screen on the... Okay, this one's much bigger than I thought it was when I click on this thing. Oh, I see. It's got a concrete... It's concrete? Or is that just like wood? Gray stained wood. I don't know. Where is this thing? Shenandoah? Oh, we're going in? We need to go out. We need to go further. Okay, that's out by DC. Harrisburg. Okay, there we go. All right, that makes sense. Anyhow, this thing is kind of kooky. Go nutty. But when you look at this picture right here, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like an actual structure. She wants an actual structure. Grab the arrow. Grab the arrow, you stupid computer. There we go. Like an actual structure like this. Yeah. So that's the thought there. And she wants me to build one of those eventually so she can do meditation retreats. And then you guys can all go to the meditation retreats if you want. I'll be there doing my imitation of groundskeeper Willie. Driving around a riding mower or whatever I'm doing. Tractoring. You know, being gross. Being a stinky boy. at the meditation retreat? Anyhow, sorry, I got an email here and I had to read it with my eyes. But yeah, that's kind of her plan. That's Vicky's long-term plan, is that she wants to be doing meditation retreats, like women's stuff. You know? Like women that need to recover or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the ladies feel like they want to improve their vibe. You know what I mean? They want to make improvements. Maybe they want to get fit. Maybe they want to meditate hard. Maybe they need recovery from drug and alcohol abuse. I don't know. It could be any of these things. Could be PTSD. Could be abuse survivors. It could be anything. Could be any of those things. That's kind of the stuff that she's vibing on, that she wants to do long term. Outreach for women. Which sounds fine to me. Sounds like a good deal. As far as I'm concerned, it sounds like a good way to do. A place to circle the wagons. Darn right, Jason. I'll invite Jason down there sometime. Jason wants to go into a container ship home to see how it's built. Remind me of that, Jason, and I might be able to arrange that. Cody Lundine's house. I don't know. We're gonna look it up. Who was the Cody Lundine guy? Oh, that foot. He was the barefoot guy on the Discovery Channel, right? I don't like those Earthship houses. I personally don't. I get where they're coming from, but I just personally don't enjoy. I don't enjoy that. I just personally don't. Cody Lundine's house looks like this. It looks maybe he has a different house. I don't know. Oh, it's possible. He definitely could. This thing. This is his house. It's one of these things. It's one of these Earthship things where you I understand like the thermal mass, like how this all works. It's very ecologically friendly. Like I get that it's supposedly like a zero footprint style of living or whatever. But just the amount of material that goes into building these houses, that's where I get cranky in my pants in regards to the whole idea behind these, right? It's like, yeah, I get it. You're sort of communing with nature, but there's a lot of wrought iron, spare tires, concrete, all that stuff that goes into building these houses. It's not like you really built something that is actually just the dirt, though. You know what I mean? They claim that it's sustainable, but it's like you need all these materials to do that. I know that like it will be a net zero eventually, but I don't know if you'll live long enough for it to be a net zero, right? So that's the issue, is like you could make something that's net zero, but if it takes 1,000 years for it to actually get to zero, it just sort of doesn't make sense. Cody Lundine's zero energy home. So there you go. No heating or air conditioning. Yes, but he also lives like in the freaking desert. Where does he live? Where is this house? Northern Arizona. Yeah. So like this wouldn't work in Alaska. You know what I mean? Realistically. Because you have zero input of heat, right? Zero heat input for 9 months out of the year at least. Yeah, I don't know. I hear you. It's not octagonal, but internally it's a cylinder. That's all. Very cool little thing he has. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool for the individual person, but like, I don't think it's a solid solution for 8 billion people, right? Like, we would all need to live in like northern Arizona or whatever. And the amount of space that they take up is sort of astronomical, also. Like. Community. Let me see if I can't find something here. I'm gonna see if I can find something that's sort of what the long-term idea. Yeah, actually, this is sort of equatable. This is like a SimCity build. All right, so we're not really stealing anybody's ideas here or anything like that. But this is a good sort of, hold on, this is a good illustration right here. Let's get rid of that. Add source. This is a good example. Right? This is sort of what Vicky and I sort of envision on the property down there. Likely going to have some wind power at some point in time, solar panels at some point in time. We have really good exposure on the I keep trying to say southern, but we have really good exposure on the western end of the property for solar panels if we ever want to go that route. And then, as you can see, there's like a bunch of little tiny homes. That's essentially the plan, and a big garden area. This sort of looks like what we're envisioning for that property long term. Obviously, one of these will be a fish building, right? One of these will be the meditation yurts and stuff like that, and there'll be some RV spaces. But this is sort of kind of an idea that is not exact, but we have drawings of it. I just don't know where they are. We've done personal drawings and layouts of what we're kind of trying to do with that property. Let's see if there's anything else here that sort of makes sense. Yeah, if this comes into, there we go. This got clearer there. Yeah, like as you can see, it's like a lot of smaller houses that are built in together for community gardening and stuff like that. Not a lot of cars, a lot of foot space. There's greenhouses and stuff like that. Like something like this is probably when we build houses there. If we build a house there or whatever, we'll probably build stuff like this, like these tiny shotgun homes that are side by side by side. So we have spaces for people to stay. One of the things that we've talked about is over the years that we've discussed sort of directly is that we do know a lot of people that they just, for a multitude of reasons, they never really put together a family unit, right? And those are the type of people that are going to age out, like a good buddy of mine. He's like 58 years old now. His wife, before they had any kids, died. She got sick. She died. And he had like some off and on dating and stuff like that. But after that, like, I don't know, it was never really in the cards for him to like get super committed on another relationship. Like, he never got remarried, never had any kids, any of that kind of stuff. And you go like, well, what's going to happen to him when he gets older? And you go like, well, maybe he'll move in with one of his siblings or something like that. But most of his siblings are going to be old. They have kids. They have like a bunch of other stuff going on, and they don't necessarily like need their brother hanging around or whatever. But he's an important member of my friend community. And if there is something that could be done where it's like somebody like that could be living independent, staying within the community, and definitely bringing a lot of positivity to a community in the later years in their life, when they're like, look, I'm just kind of 65. I can't be punching a clock anymore and being super productive blue collar style, right? Whereas a guy like that could definitely be doing some, personal tutoring. He could be doing a bunch of music stuff. There's a bunch of things that he could be doing to probably supplement his retirement income or whatnot. But I don't think he's going to be a dude that's going to be like, yeah, I'll be down at the mill lifting heavy stuff and throwing out my back on a regular basis, right? So it's something that Vicky and I have discussed on a multitude of just many times. We've talked about it, like having a tiny home community, having like an RV park or something like that is also kind of leaning into a healthy lifestyle, like I said, with the gardening and the greenhouses and like a meditation hut, all that kind of crap. I'm all for it because there's going to come a time where, anything that's going to be most worthwhile is essentially like spending time with loved ones and friends and stuff like that, as opposed to, commuting and going to work and punching a clock and hopefully just earning more and more time. Joel G says I could do with some yurt time. Exactly, right? Like, if Joel G is going to come to the U.S., I want him to come here and have some yurt time. You know what I mean? We could crank up the heat. We could get a sweaty in there. We could do some hot meditation. It should be cool. Will M says, been a while since I caught a live stream. Hope you and the family are doing well. We're doing pretty well. Things are moving along. We're kind of talking about what happened this weekend. I did very minimal fish stuff this weekend, although I did go down to the what river did I go to? The Nisqually River, I think. Nisqually River. I think I was at the Nisqually River. I swear that's the river I was at. Yep, I was at the Nisqually River. Very nice. Saw some fish, a couple fish that were caught. Was kind of doing I was trying to do some plant ID stuff on the river water there. I found 3 invasive species. I found some of the exact same local species that I keep finding up here and down there and over there and all around. This is not super diverse with our waterway plant species that are here, but some that are kind of interesting that I'm probably going to harvest some and bring up to the pond here as we kind of work on the pond projects and stuff like that. Trying to type, and the silly robot doesn't know adjustability is a word. It tells me to use adjustability. This is why no one will be able to spell or write in the future. It's true. I mean, the advent of the computer and spell check and all of that, like, people are not leaning into spelling anymore as much. So, shrimp update. It went poorly, but we're doing all right. Salt dose was slightly high. Yeah. It's hard to, I'm going to be honest with you. I was talking about this last week. People were asking, like, what medication do I use for this? And it's like, I'm not really the encyclopedia for medication guy because I rarely use medications. I've definitely had more success staying away from the medication and leaning more into maintaining the environment as best that to the best of my ability to maintain good water quality, water changes, cleaning, maintaining healthy plant growth, all of those things. Leaning into that has always been more successful than me going like, oh, I'm going to add some erythromycin to this tank and it's going to fix everything. Because more often than not, there are some times that I've had to use medication, but more often than not, the times that I have used them, it's like, oh, it cured it up, and then, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, whatever the timeline is, oftentimes I found myself battling the exact same thing because I never fixed the initial problem that generally caused that out the gate. Like one of those things of, like, quarantining before you add them into your system is a good example. always quarantining stuff before I add it into a system, or if I have the system and it's the only thing going in there, it's going to operate as the quarantine essentially because I'm not adding colonies of anything together. But quarantining is the easiest way to mitigate that stuff. Now, when it comes to quarantining, the medication trio that I've always used is ICX. I always have to look this up. Maricin, ICX, and what is it? The Paracleanse or whatever. I just use those three as my basis, and I don't go too crazy on that. I just okay. If I got this, most of this stuff I can deal with. If the fish or shrimp or anything coming into my systems are super sick or what, they're probably not going to make it to the system. You know what I'm saying? They're probably not going to make it from quarantine to the other one. If they have some kind of insane disease I don't know how to treat or figure out, they're probably not even going to make it into my tanks, which is a bummer. But that's the thing. I would love to tell people that I'm a veterinarian or whatever. Like, I have a lot of experience. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. So I always try to just stay away from giving medication advice as much as I can. But just the generalized medication you guys already know about, or at least should have used at some point in the past or whatever. But yeah, to the statement of the fish hobby can be so toxic when I literally was just trying to help out a new hobbyist. Speaking of, I had someone shout at me this week about how they give their tank a timeout for 30 days if they have deaths out of nowhere. I explained to them that it doesn't work that way. It's true, it doesn't work that way, but you got to understand, like you said, the fish hobby can be so toxic. And I've thought about this. I've thought deeply about why the fish community via the internet is just so blatantly toxic. And I've thought deeply about this, and I have a script. I'll give you a basic synopsis. Most people that get into fish keeping are isolated. And isolationists, people that like to do stuff by themselves, whatever word you want to apply to it, they're generally people that are alone a lot. Because fish keeping is not really a very social endeavor, right? It's not soccer. It's not rock climbing. It's not water skiing. You know what I mean? It's not any of these activities that you could go out and do that you generally go do with other people. This is almost always a hobby that is done one person in a room fiddling around with their fish tanks, whatever. It's not a very social endeavor, which is why I always try to tell people to get into a local club, get involved with a local group so you can socialize with some other people and maybe learn some basic social skills, right? In regards to something that you probably have read 9,000 pages on, a million forums, watched a million YouTube videos, all that kind of stuff. Watching YouTube videos is solitary. Reading books is solitary. Reading about fish is a solitary thing. All of the things around this hobby are solitary until you go to a store and act like a weirdo around the other people at the store. Most everything here is a solitary thing in the fish keeping hobby, right? You're keeping an aquarium. It's always awkward whenever people come over to ask you about your aquarium. You don't really... I've noticed this from going to so many people's fish rooms. They don't really know how to explain their fish tanks. They don't really know how to explain why they've chose to do this thing. Everything is almost everything is very internalized. But I know a lot of outgoing, gregarious people in the fish community also. So you go I think that you inevitably have two groups of people. One of them is introverts, and the other one is introverts that are extroverted. Does that make sense? Introverts that are outgoing and whatnot when they get around people until they like run out of energy in order to be engaging with people in a, in a happy way, right? I'm in the secondary group there. I'm extroverted introvert, right? Like I love being around people and whatnot, but when I run out of it, it's like I'm good. I gotta go home. I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow or whatever. Sometimes that lasts the entire day and the entire activities and all of that stuff, and it's just totally normal. Yeah, Zipgun says social introverts. Actually, speaking of social introverts, if anybody is on the Discord today and you want to call in, I forgot to open up the phone lines because I was essentially running late coming up from down south. So I was, I loaded up the trailer. I got all the stuff. I unloaded the stuff. I drove all the way up here, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Now, if you take those two groups of people and you put them into a big community, and you put them into a big community that rarely ever interacts with one another, and then when it comes time to interact, I don't know that they've practiced the interactions, right? And they're just sort of shouting into the internet, right? And they're just kind of shouting at people because they just don't have that social decorum like worked out very well. And I think I've seen this from a lot of different fish communities and a lot of different fish people that I've met. I've met a lot of them that are super religious, and when they get to know who I am, they get super mad because I'm anti-religious, right? There's a lot of super like MAGA Republicans that are into fish keeping and whatnot, and then they find out that like, oh, this guy is a socially liberal dude who's probably a social democrat, basically. Hard to give an analysis of what my political positions are in regards to the rest of the world because the terminology is so different from country to country. I guess like if I was in Australia, I'd be like the Labor Party guy or something. I don't know. It's all very different from every country to every country, but I am, for instance, I'm all for gay rights, which immediately triggers a portion of the population. And to me, I go like, what are you upset? What? That person's mad at me because I support gay people? Like, what? Okay, that's weird. Good luck to them, I guess. I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, so I'm whoa, and I think honestly, when I start to engage with those other people, it makes them mad, and they get mad, and they rage quit, and then they go do something else. Then I see them on other YouTube channels, fish tube channels, whatever you want to call them, and you realize like, oh, that was the guy that they more wanted to be politically aligned with. Okay, fine by me. I don't care. I'll just continue to move on doing what I'm doing. I think that's the bigger part of it is that I've never really shied away from my criticisms of the Catholic Church or any of that, or the Christian Church or any of these crazy churches. I've never shied away from my criticisms of these extremely conservative people that are like all they're trying to do is ostracize people who are just living their lives. I'm not willing to kowtow to that and then and be like, oh yeah, Trump is a really good guy. He's a good guy. Ugh, what? Like, why? I'm not gonna lie about any of that stuff. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or do any of that. But I think the parallel there is that the other group doesn't want to sugarcoat their beliefs or anything too. So we have that in common. We have definitely have a commonality, and I'm down to always like talk to people out there about whatever. And I'm generally not somebody who gets offended by any of that stuff, but I've found the fish tube community to be super offended at every turn. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. At this point, I just exist here, and we have a good time on Mondays. And I keep editing stuff in the background, and it's, it is what it is. I just have to say, but I don't know, it worked for me after giving it advice. That's true. This person was just an older human. Part of the conversation of them was 95% I'm a woman, so please don't tell me what to do and how to do everything, which I seriously wasn't. I was trying to participate in the conversation. But yeah, definitely also stuck in their ways. The result of all this was my leaving the server Discord community, and I'll just let them do their thing. And that's a perfect example of why I haven't opened my Discord to the public. My Discord is open to patron members, YouTube members, people that are members of the channel, and it's the reason I haven't opened my Discord to the public. I've polled the Discord on multiple occasions that, like, hey, should we open it to the public? We could try to grow, and we could get bigger, and we could do this. And realistically, the reaction of most everybody in there was like, nah, dude, I don't want to, because I'm probably going to end up having to leave when all of this back and forth starts going crazy, like it does on Facebook, like it does in all of the other, like it does on Reddit, like it does on whatever, you name it. That's how it is. So that's the reason I never opened my Discord to the public. It's always like somebody who's willing to chip in $1 is probably willing to just be relatively chill. They've sort of bought in a little bit. And I don't know, like, another way of, like, screening people. If there was another way of screening people, then yeah. Yeah. Skoglund, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? He's muted. He's muted. He's out here on the 3rd of July being muted. Whoa. Oh, there he is.
Whoops.
I've awoken him.
Just out here doing the Monday thing, you know?
You just chilling on a Monday? Did you have to work today?
No, actually, I'm taking advantage of my my FMLA privileges for having a child.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
That is a good point. You are on your FMLA.
Yep. Yeah, I got to give him a call though, because things are a little wonky with it. But
yep, every time, every time, super wonk.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about, you know, this whole topic of the talking and, you know, dealing with people that are mildly crazy, if I can put it that way, was like, you know, working in the store and being able to make a hobby that's, you know, basically, you know, more for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to share that with people, and, you know, a lot of the daytime people that would come in would be the older folks that, you know, maybe didn't have people coming over a lot, and having people to talk to. It was nice to be able to talk to people that, you know, probably didn't have anybody else to talk to about it. So, you know, it always kind of brought a little bit of happiness to be able to waste a half an hour and just talk to them kind of about nothing, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, you know, I think the bigger thing is that, like, most of the time that people are involved in this hobby, a far majority of the time they're by themselves, right? And then when it comes time to interact with other people, there's no practice. There's no practice on the interaction. So then everything is personal. Everything is like they're deeply invested in all of this time that they've put in with their cichlids or whatever, right? And if somebody has a differing opinion or whatever, it's all of a sudden it's immediately triggered to this personal investment that they've made in all this amount of time, and they don't know how to have just like a regular conversation around it. I've definitely noticed that. And I don't know if this extends to other things in their lives. It's possible. It certainly is possible. But I've noticed it through and through, right? Having gone to so many conventions, I've met so many people, all these weird emails I get from people all the time. You know, weird messages that people have had to block over and over and over and over again. It's very weird. And I think a lot of it has to do with like, if you're involved in something that you have to socialize in order to do it, which is most everything out there, right? Like if you want to be in a band, you have to have other band members, right? You can't be a one-man band. That does exist. Like Mark Rebier, that guy exists. Strangely enough, he collaborates with other musicians. So like he has to be able to at least get along with those the other musicians, right? If you play some kind of sport, there's going to be other people like involved in that sport. If you're going to do car racing, right? There's going to be other people in your garage that you're going to have to work with. You can't do it all yourself. You can't build the car, paint the car, tune the car, drive the car, do all the safety, do all the welding. You can't do everything yourself. I mean, you could try, but you're just going to be a failure, right? You're going to need some extra people chipping in and stuff. And so I think it's kind of one of those things that I've definitely noticed from the people that do things that are really isolating as their free time. Whatever their free time may or may not be, if you're doing something that's super isolating, then when it comes time to socialize about it, they're just brain broke around it, realistically.
Yeah, and the conventions is somewhere where that like really stands out. You know, you could tell the people that do, you know, either, you know, they are part of a club or they do go and have other friends around in the area they go and they hang out with and they talk about everything, and then you could kind of tell the people right off the bat that just kind of keep it to themselves and you know, don't go out and socialize and try to interact with it in any kind of way. They just kind of make it and keep it for themselves.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I've noticed it a bunch, having you know, gone around some parts of the country and like gone to a lot of people's fish rooms and stuff, and it's always like super awkward because it's not something they're ever really putting on presentation other than for themselves. And it's like you don't need to verbalize it, you don't need to talk about it, you don't need to do any of that stuff in order to have it be on display for yourself, you know. Like it's just there and it's a thing you're working on. And I've noticed that because of having been involved with the art community for so long. Like artists are the same way. It comes time to have like an art showing, which is the only way that they're probably going to make any money this year. And there's such social awkward weirdos that they can't get beyond themselves to just explain what this painting is or what this sculpture is or what, you know, whatever the media is. That they end up just like not making a bunch of sales and stuff like that. But I've noticed that from the art community. And I noticed that over and over again. Like very few artists are ever successful, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that like they are so socially isolated. They've never networked. They've never made connections with people. They could never really make a sale because they don't even know how to make a sale of their own art. You know, it's like, put a price tag on this thing. How much is it? $1,200? Okay. Now you got to find somebody who can buy it for $1,200, right?
Right.
Simple as that. But I find that parallel is right there in line with the fish keeping community. And with the advent of the internet, those people now have a way to interact with other people without actually interacting with them. Does that make sense? Like, there's a large portion of our population, I'd say it's probably like the 50 and older, that still think that whatever happens on the internet is imaginary, right? They still think that this is imaginary La La Land, blah, 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 right? I don't think that they still don't get that you are talking to actual people, right? Like if you make substantial bad comments, if you make threats, if you make this, that, or the other thing, like there's potential legal ramifications for stuff that you're doing because you are actually interacting with other people. You're not interacting with a computer, right? But there's a big portion of our population that I firmly believe still thinks that like, oh, you're just interacting with imaginary La La Land, right?
Right.
I don't know if you've seen that, but I've definitely noticed that from definitely older generation people like, hey, get off your phone. And it's like, I'm sitting down at the lunch table and I'm having a conversation with people I know via my phone, right? Like,
Oh yeah, they're always, oh, you guys are all stuck in your phones. You're not interacting with anybody. It's like, hey man, I'm interacting with people halfway around the world right now, having a decent discussion about something interesting. What are you
right.
doing sitting there looking grumpy at your mashed potatoes for?
Yeah. It's like I'm literally having a conversation with 68 people right now. What are you doing? You know? Well, why don't you get out here in the real world and just stare at me while I silently eat my lunch? You're like, that sounds ridiculous. That sounds ridiculously stupid. Now, admittedly, I have seen from younger generation people that really are stuck in their phone or whatnot. But here's the parallel. Well, I talked to if you go, you'll see all these videos from like Gen Xers and stuff like that. They're like, these kids don't even go outside anymore. Now, when I was a kid, you'd leave the house and you'd go out and you'd play with your friends all day until like after dinner time, and then come home, eat some food, go to sleep. Like, you didn't really ever interact with your family when I was a kid. You just left the house on your bike, and you're just gone. The entirety of that day, I was just hanging out with friends. It's really not all that different from some kid now who's on their phone all day with their friends. It's like they're ignoring their parents just the same as we ignored our parents, right? So I really don't necessarily see the parallel there, other than the fact of like maybe we got slightly more exercise or something than kids now. So maybe that's the slight difference. Like maybe they should just start yelling at kids to exercise more, just out of the blue, just randomly.
Get off your phone and exercise.
Yeah, go exercise, damn it, right now. Yeah. But yeah,
I was never home.
I was never home when I was a kid. I mean, my parents would go do stuff. Like it was one of the reasons that like I think my parents always wanted to go on vacations. Like we'd go on road trips and stuff. I think it was one of the reasons that my parents always sort of like organized family trips together, because it was like, well, the kids are trapped. They're with us. Like they can't go anywhere. It's like they'll be with us the whole time we drive to California.
Yep. Yeah, the big question at the house was, what time are you coming home? Is it going to be today or tomorrow? That was always the question,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Nabokov fan has a good point. Back in the day, my mom would literally lock the door, so we had to be outside playing. Yeah. The big thing was eating dinner together without the TV in the room. Yeah, we always ate dinner together whenever, like during the week. During the week, we generally ate dinners together quite a bit, especially when I was younger. As I got older and basically more independent, like I rode bikes everywhere. Like I always rode bikes everywhere, even up until I was like, I didn't get my driver's license until I was almost 21.
Wow.
I'd driven a bunch, but I never got my driver's license. And I was forced to get my driver's license by my work because I needed to drive a work van. They were like, you have to go get your license, or you can't work here anymore. Was basically how they put it.
Oh man, what a buzzkill!
It is a buzzkill, dude. Because I was in better shape than I am now. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, when I went for my driver test, I think I was I think it's 16 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a long time ago now. I had already been driving for like 2 years, so when I got behind the wheel, the guy was like, whoa,
yep,
you must have had a lot of practice. And I was like, well, yeah, I did.
Well, it's kind of funny because like when I took my driver's test, the only thing I got wrong, The only thing I got wrong was that he considered me a congestion hazard because I didn't pull out onto a busy road. So it was like a 3-lane busy road that was like busy at the time. And so I was just waiting to take my free right, like waiting till there was enough space in the cars to just take my free right, and obviously I was probably being a little more cautious because I had the guy doing the driving test in the car with me. I was a little less ambitious, punching the gas to get into traffic. But he was like, that was the only thing I got wrong on my driver's test. I mean, everything else, like the parallel parking, all that crap, I've been like doing that stuff for so long, just not stealing cars, but yeah, I was doing that for so long that like when I took my driver's test, he was like, the only mark I got off was a potential congestion hazard, which I didn't even realize was like a thing that you could. I didn't realize that was a thing that you could get a demerit for or whatever it was.
Yeah, never even heard of that.
Yeah, but I guess it's a thing.
Yep.
If you're stalling, I guess if you're just chilling, waiting for the perfect opportunity to be driving, you could be creating congestion, and that could be hazardous apparently. So,
well, congestion causes road rage and whatnot, and I guess it's a hazard. I guess
on a bigger I guess like on a bigger scope. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. So what do we got going on in the fish news, Mr. Skoglund?
Well, my saltwater tank there was starting to clear up a little bit and starting to look better, and now it's back to looking much worse. So I'm probably just going to end up breaking it down for a little while and kind of set it off to the side. Still have my shrimp tank going though, so that's a plus. They're all happy in there and whatnot.
That's good. I tell you, the ups and downs with saltwater tanks are just so dramatic. I mean,
and it's like almost instantly. Like freshwater, you could kind of see it coming. You got time to like, oh no, like I gotta fix this. But with saltwater, you like wake up one day and it's just bad. I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, it's so weird. It's good. They're so temperamental. It's like, it's bad enough that we take like freshwater stuff and put it into this microscopic environment. But I think it's the overall difference in like how big the ocean is in comparison, and like how steady things need to be in the ocean and how steady things typically are in the ocean. That like that's the big difference, right? Is like, oh, I've got all these corals and everything's going kind of good, and then like one little thing gets out of whack, and it's like, no, buddy, we're you're gonna be feeling the pain here while this ecosystem is like attempting to recover itself, but good luck,
Oh yeah, I've had to talk so many people out of, they start in the freshwater thing and, oh, I kind of want to try out saltwater. I think I'm going to set up like a 20-gallon because, it's nice and small. It'll be easy. It's like, whoa, pump the brakes there, champ.
Yeah.
Like start with a 75. That's much, much easier.
Yeah.
And then you got to go through the whole, bigger water volume and more stable thing and evaporation and, oh yeah. But even with the 125, it's still not super stable usually.
Yeah, even with big tanks. I mean, I don't know very many people, to be clear, but I do know of reporting on even 20,000 gallon tanks, 50,000 gallon saltwater tanks and stuff, like how they can just have this slight shift and it'll really just throw the whole thing out of whack, and so I think it's much simpler to avoid in a giant tank. The bigger the tank, it's easier to avoid those changes. But I think it's clearly possible because even those big tanks, those big systems can have like a little fluctuation here, a little fluctuation there, and a lot of stuff go downhill real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, even the store that I worked at, we have there's a 450-gallon tank and it's like 125-gallon sump on it, so decent
Mm-hmm.
sized system.
Yeah.
Um, it's basically for putting all like the colony corals to kind of grow them a little bigger and then frag them off and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, you gotta kind of stay on top of because you get that fluctuation in the wrong direction for too long. It's something that gets tested probably 4 or 5 times a week and dosed every other day, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um, but it's yeah, you just got to be careful with it. And I kind of also don't have the time for the tank at the moment, so that's another reason for you know possibly just breaking it down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Oh,
yeah, for once I finally have the money for it, I just don't have the time.
yeah.
Before I had all the time in the world and no money.
It's weird how that works, right? It's weird how that works out. Where you're like, oh, I got all this time, no funding, damn it, no time. Oh, I'm making good money. Oh, damn it, no time now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, saltwater is, yeah, like Will says, the saltwater has been way more challenging than my freshwater, and it really is. It's for that reason that like you get these slight fluctuations, and it turns into a domino effect of all of these things happening. And as an average person, you're probably um, you're probably catching changes on the back end, right? Because you're noticing fish doing something. You're noticing like water clarity's weird. You're noticing the corals. Huh, what's going on with the coral right now? That doesn't look normal. Huh, oh, uh-oh, you're definitely, as the average person keeping a tank, you're not catching it on the front end. You're reacting on the back end. And reacting on the back end is always worse in everything ever of all time. Any regardless, fish tanks be damned. Everything else also reacting is almost always worse than being reactive is worse than being proactive, right? So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it is a
100%.
challenge for sure. The biggest thing I could recommend to anybody on a saltwater is like you have a system, you pick the you have a system of water changes, you have a system of maintenance. Don't change salt. Like pick a good salt that you like and one that you can continue to buy for a long period of time. Like don't change your salts, don't change all this stuff. Have a system, follow it, and you'll be fine. A lot of this you'll have to work through certain things, but if you have a system set up and if you can follow it, um, like don't be overly ambitious with your time. That's kind of one of those things when setting up a system. I've noticed that in the past.
Mm.
Um, I knew a guy who was like, he was dosing, water changes, crazy lighting, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and it's like, how much are you working on this tank, And it's like, oh, probably 10, 15 hours a week, and it's like, well, what happens if you're gonna take a vacation, Like, how's that gonna work out, And it's like, oh, I'll figure it out, It's oh, okay,
Yeah, that was really the one advantage that I had living down in Connecticut and being so close to the store. I had a buddy that worked at the store. He lived just up the street from me, and he was the one that kind of talked me into getting the saltwater in the first place.
mm-hmm.
So I think there was only twice maybe that we ever went away, but he would stop by and just make sure the tank was going to be okay. So you got to kind of have somebody that really knows what they're doing with it. But even then, there was two other guys that worked at the store. One of them went on vacation, and the other one went over and was like taking care of the tank while he was away, and the whole thing ended up crashing.
Right.
And oh man, he must have lost probably 40, 50 grand worth of coral. It was unbelievable. So sad.
Yeah, it is. It's the worst. I've definitely seen that over the years. Like people watch their tank, and somehow in a week's time, it's like, what did you do? Like, how did you screw this up so bad? Like,
Right. Like he had that
how did this
tank
get
going for
so bad to this point?
10 years, I think, a 300-gallon thing was beautiful.
Yeah. Nabokov fan is asking about the glowfish in the wild. Yeah, I remember we talked about this last year at some point. It was like a year ago. That pretty much every estuary in Brazil that they've been netting looking for glowfish, they found it in all of them. I remember that. And going like, well, they're just out in the wild now. There's nothing you can do. Can't go back now. Hopefully they all get eaten, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
It was only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time. Yep. Which is a bummer, but it's the reality. I could give out all the advice in the world that I want, but all the advice it falls on deaf ears. You know what I mean? It's like the people that will let them out or whatever, they will, and it just is what it is. Now we're gonna have to deal with it. Like I said, proactive versus reactive. Like if somebody was proactive about it, they probably would have just never been proliferating those fish in the first place, right? But they figure if they make fluorescent fish, they can make money. So there's your answer, right? Like the money's the paramount. Money is the answer for all of that. If you're trying to like stop people from doing stuff and they realize they're going to make money, there's nothing that's going to stop them, really. Unless there's a regulation that stops them from doing it. But I think where were glowfish invented? Glowfish.
They come out of Singapore, I believe. They were. I might have this wrong.
Nope.
They were initially created to test for contaminants in the water, and each different color was supposed to, quote unquote, test for some different contaminant. And the company that made them has like this patent on them and these trademarks, and you can't breed them. And if you do accidentally breed them, you have to like destroy the fish that were born.
Yeah,
it's
good luck.
Really
good luck
strange.
bringing that. Good luck bringing that from Singapore to the U.S. Like, you can't. What? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
And here's a perfect sentence that encapsulates it. The reason this is causing controversy is because technology moves faster than people's ability to deal with the changes it brings. Yeah. But glowfish were Singapore is where they're developed. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, as much as Americans like to believe that we're like the world police or whatever, like, we aren't. So, if somebody's developing something in Singapore or China or India or Bangladesh or whatever, we don't really have a say in it, and they just may or may not do it. But yeah, I just don't think they should have ever been sold in America. I think that would have just curtailed the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they ended up working how the company wanted them to, and then they realized, well, they don't work, so we could just sell them for aquariums, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what ended up happening.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, I saw them in Europe when I was there. I saw a big display for glowfish in Europe, which you would imagine that Europeans would never have allowed that even to come into the EU, but they did because it's money, right?
Right.
It's what it boils down to. Like, anything will happen if there's an economic incentive, pretty much anything will happen, right? It might not happen on the timeline that people are hoping for. Like, it might take longer, but it's going to happen. You just count that to be the thing. Oh my God, we got our first super chat in a decade, and I attribute it to Steve. Will M with a $20 super chat for the tip jar. Well, thank you, dude. Very much appreciated. That's our first super chat in a long time. I don't know how long it's been. Not a decade, but it's been a long time. People don't really like my YouTube channel anymore. We only have 16 people watching now. We're in the We're in the we've gotten rid of the fans arc. That's the arc that we're in right now. We're in this arc. The diamonding.
You know, I don't want this to sound I don't want this to sound terrible. Um, but when I found you there all those 7 years ago, whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
um, that was prime. And to watch the channel grow and go up and up and up and up like it did,
Mm-hmm.
that was beautiful. But it eventually got to this point for me to where I ended up like not knowing anybody at all anymore that ended up being in the chat, because like all the people that were there on the regular basis from when I started,
Mm-hmm.
um, it was just weird for me, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, these people aren't really my people, because things weren't weird anymore, you know, like we kept it kind of weird. It was great.
Well, that's kind of the
um
point. Is that I was like, there was a point in time where it was like, you have to make a decision. And I actually had this discussion with who's that? KG Tropicals, that guy,
yeah,
John, and his wife, and that Sergeant's Fish guy was there. Chris Lukup was there. Who else was there? I don't know. Some other YouTubers and stuff were there, but I had that discussion with, like, at some point in time you have to make a decision as to, like, are you gonna do what the fans want you to do, or are you gonna hold true to your, like, principles? Are you gonna have, like, a principled take on all of the things that you do, especially when it comes to engaging with the public and this and that and the other thing? And my opinion is I will hold true to my beliefs and my standards and my morality, like, long before I decide to just, like, start making goofy nonsense that is just going to lean into, like, can I economically make money, right? And the reason for that, and I mentioned it in that conversation, and this is like 6-7 years ago. I don't know when this was, 5 years ago, whatever. I know for a fact it was after I was sober, so it has to be within the last 9 years, right? And I had that conversation, and at the time, there were a lot of differing opinions. And that's fine. Everyone's more than welcome to have a differing opinion. The one that I noticed that seemed to be the most favored was, well, whatever the trend is, we should just do the trend, and then we'll make the money. And then when we make the money, we can have our morals once we have the money. Right? And I've noticed that in business. I've noticed that in YouTube. I've noticed that with a lot of personal relationships through life, is that, well, once I get to this point, then I'll be able to have my morals and my standards and my this and my that and my ba 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 ba. And I effectively made the decision to not have that be a part of my life 3,338 days ago, which is 9 years, 1 month, and 20 days ago. I made the decision that, like, my life will not follow that trajectory at all. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow this, like, tomfoolery to guide my life and rule my ins and outs, the art that I create, the things that I create, the people that I engage with. It would be very easy for me to contact a lot of famous people that I could collaborate with, and we could make really cheesy nonsense that appeals to the algorithm. I could do that. It's something that I could do. I I caught myself starting to do that. And I realized that, like, this is a real compromise of my own values, of my own self-worth, of, like, how I feel about myself. And you know what? I don't want to do that. It's not something that I want to do. I did at one point in time collaborate with, like, Alyssa Bentley, and I would like to continue that relationship in the future. And I feel like that's an honest, like, friend-to-friend fish people relationship. And I'm going to continue to, like, grow those relationships as opposed to going like, oh, somebody that's popular, let's coattail this person. And I just wouldn't do it. It's very easy to look up what the algorithm is being triggered by, to make a thumbnail, to make a title, all that stuff, and to make your content around, like, oh, well, people are no longer engaged at 27 seconds, so I got to have something crazy happen at 27 seconds. And it's like, but is that the story that you're trying to tell, or is that the video that you're trying to make? No, then why would you be doing that? But it's like, oh, I'm just going to let the commercial side of everything make the decisions for me. And I made a conscious decision. I didn't really want to do that. Like I said, and I've said this in every live stream probably for the past 1,000 years, if people want to fund this channel, I'm 100% appreciative of it. If the expectation is that somebody chips in $2 a month and that I'll be able to make 100 videos a month for them to watch, I always try to tell people, like, it's an unrealistic expectation. It's why I have the number counter over here, and then people go like, well, what would it take for you to get to 100% YouTube content creation? And it's like, I would need to be making enough money to support my family. Because currently right now I make enough money to support my family doing not YouTube. So in order to replace that with YouTube and making videos and stuff, I would need enough income in order to replace that. So, it's just, that's the reality. And, like, it's very interesting to have met a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm just going to lean into that algorithm. It's like, okay, well, then let that guide you. Okay. And then c'est la vie, right? And just let them go.
Right.
Because
and I get it. People want to do it and they want to make money, but if they're giving up things that, how do I put this? If they're giving up a part of themselves to do it, have they really gained anything?
Yeah, you haven't gained anything. You've definitely lost a lot. So, yeah.
Right. Sure, you got the followers, you got the money out of it. But if you're purposely misleading people and just going based on what's popular at the moment, and oh, that worked for that one guy, it's gonna work for me too. You're not creating your own content. You're not helping anybody. You're just being a leech almost. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's really oh shoot, what was I thinking about? Oh my god, I forgot what I was thinking about. I had a thing.
Over the couple of year break that I took from regularly attending, I'd still pop in every few months and still don't know anybody. Oh, there's somebody I know. Cool. Hey, what's up? But now I don't know. I kind of like it where it's at. Back to that weirdness.
Just being weirdos. Which is generally like where I kind of want to exist. I made another channel recently. I'm gonna start posting my my Risk gameplay on there. But then I realized, like, I'm probably going to just stream my Risk gameplay on here so that people can see it. Speaking of that, let's see if we can set it up and we can try and play a game here. Somebody's bonking around in the background. It's my daughter. She wants to hang
Mine's
out.
bonking around here in the foreground.
Let me see if I can change the screen here. Hold on. Is Skoglin still here?
Oh, dang it. Yes.
Okay, your audio's showing up. All right, that's good. So let's move this. I gotta make myself smaller. I'm gonna move me over here. I gotta make this smaller. Which device is this? Microphone? That's good. We want that. Which device is this? We can remove this one. We don't need that. Remove. Okay. We'll just make this one smaller and put it in the background. Like that. See? Just put it right behind me. Then nobody will know. Then we'll find our chat. We don't know where our chat went. Who's back here sneaking around? Is it a little weasel? Is there a little weasel behind me? Let me find our chat, guys. Where is our chat? Let's remove that. We'll remove this. Somebody's poking me in the butt. Why is somebody poking me in the butt? Where's your mother? What happened to your mom? Somebody's back here. Somebody's back here singing. Okay, what are you doing? Stop spinning me around. Look at the desk side.
Look at this side. No, look at this side.
It's you. You have a little flower?
No, this is for you.
What is it?
It's a flower. It's a clover. It's a white clover. What are you doing? I'm in here. Give me a little flower.
She's attacking.
Baby attack.
Baby attack.
Put your shoes away. Give those to Mom.
What's that baby attack doing?
Taking her shoes off.
Yeah.
Tried to talk her into getting Angel food cake so we can make strawberry shortcake after dinner, but
Oh my God.
she doesn't want it. We're not making carrot cake. I want carrot cake. Okay.
Excuse me, little daughter.
Are you coming with me to get Angel food cake from the store or not?
Go get Angel food cake.
We're gonna go get stuff. I'm not coming myself. Okay, then you're not getting any strawberry shortcake then.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to. You don't do the work, you don't get the benefit.
Yes.
I don't want to.
Very.
Okay, then Mom and Dad will eat strawberry shortcake without you. No, I want a piece of tail.
Maybe it'll help.
I don't want to.
Wow. I think the humidity level's like 200% right here.
I don't know what's going on. Why is everybody yelling? Olivia, why are you yelling?
Because Mom's a liar.
What?
Are you calling me names? You're a liar. You call me a liar? What did Mom and Dad do last night before? What? Are you streaming?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know. You're letting her come in your space.
Am I letting her come in? I don't
Come on.
Hey, go get strawberry shortcake. I want strawberry shortcake. Go get it. There goes the tiger. There goes the tiger and the baby. Yeah, and it makes it obvious when all that nonsense is going on, what exactly I'm talking about when it's like, well, you got a family and I have to do family stuff. That's like a perfect example, right, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Your baby's gonna grow bigger, and then you're gonna be dealing with that every day. Okay, we gotta open the Risk. Okay, we've got Risk open. The crazy child in the background is been removed, apparently, dragged out on a tiger. So, welcome to Risk Online, you goofballs. This is what it looks like. We gotta go find a lobby, and we're gonna see what we're gonna play. There's 11 days left in the ranking until the next season starts. I'm currently ranked. I've been gone for a couple days, so I'm currently ranked 131 after I had some glitch outs I had the game glitched out on me, and I got 6th place in 2 games because the game just freaked out. I don't know what was going on, and I was unable to play in those games, so I got 6th place twice, and I lost a bunch of rank points. But whatever, who cares? It's all for fun anyhow, so it's not a big deal. But I'm currently a Grandmaster at Free For All, and my current what do you call this? Win-loss ratio 115 to 217, and let's keep scrolling up. Let's keep scrolling up and make it freak out. That's where we're at. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play some Risk. We're gonna see what game we can find here. First off, if there's anything that looks interesting to play, we shall play it. If not, we'll just launch our own. We'll launch our own game and we'll see how it goes. Nabokov fan said we should play Risk today, so we're gonna play a game and see how long it takes. We're gonna create a game. Europe Advanced. Capitals. What are our modifiers? Auto placement. Progressive. AI difficulty easy. Turn timer 60 seconds. Alliances off. Minimum rank none. Balanced blitz yes. Blizzards. Fog of War. Okay, we're gonna do fog. We're gonna do that. We're gonna wait for some players to show up, and we'll see if we get stream sniped. But I doubt it because there's only like, I don't know, 20 people watching right now, so that would be pretty weird. Let's check in with the chat while we wait for players to populate. Oh, we've got 2 already. We've got 3 already. Looks like there are a bunch of patents filed. Unrelated. Would a 75-gallon tank hold 3 convicts? Or am I looking for a recipe for one getting murdered by the other 2? I think generally speaking, they cichlids would probably be fine, especially if you're going to like raise them up together. I think you would generally be fine with the 3 cichlids and a 75. Shouldn't be a big deal. Oh, and JJ Bruh of Risk World Fame. World famous JJ Bruh is here. And he says, so different. It should be Expert. If I play Expert Plus, I'm going to be here for 4 hours or 12 hours or 16 hours like JJ plays on Twitch. He always plays on Twitch all the time. I'm going 4th. I'm behind black, purple, and orange. Generally going 4th means I can't cap on a 1. So those are pretty much straight out. This is nonsense. The bottom of Italy. Oh, my God. I might be able to go Sardinia cap for the lose. That is a noob cap for sure. And I'll probably get card blocked later on. Could do the noob corner, but purple's in there. Yeah. Yeah. Purple going big with the capital in the corner. Nice. Black's on Rabat, which is, I don't know. I don't know if that's decent on this or not. I'll probably end up going on my 3 just so I don't get cap rolled on turn 1 because I can just come out here and probably take this, but I got a purple 3 to go through. So that's a bummer. Let's see. Or I could just go Russia. Because Russia... Yeah, I'm going to go Russia. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. I'm going Russia. Why not? Russia with love. Oh, Expert AI. Yeah, I generally don't go Expert AI for the reason that people bot out if you do beginner to grandmaster settings, and then the bot just goes buck wild and just starts smashing everything, which obviously is part of the game. I get it, but also at the same time, it is pretty infuriating. Black's going to have no problem taking this pretty early. And they only put 1 on their cap. Oh, okay, so they're coming this way. What? What? Why would you do that? Oh, maybe they have the rest of Italy, and they're just taking the Italy bonus first. I don't know. That was weird. Unexpected behavior out of black. Unexpected, nonsensical behavior out of black. Yeah, I haven't played Risk in quite a few since like Thursday, I think, which is weird. Because I normally play like once a night before I go to bed. But I've been clearing land over the weekend for RV sites, which is exciting. It's a thrill to be clearing land, I tell you. Green and purple are going to be battling up there. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to take Russia because of where my cap is on the first turn. So, yeah. Let's see what's going on back here, and I'll add one to my cap. And another 2 is right back there. Glorious. See what's going on over here. Red's there. Okie dokie. So red's going to take that, and I'll have a turn. Okay. Well, I'll just leave that there. Red's there. All right, we're good. I'm about 70% sure they are convicts, even though I still have no idea how they were at my store in the sink. Yeah, oh yeah, you had those baby fish in the in the store in the sink. That is pretty wild. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's see what red does. Do they go down and take both? They didn't. They have vision of this bonus. I think I would have gone for it. Let the greed take you. What did black get? Did black have the Italy bonus? Nope. So black's just hitting my positions for some reason. I don't know why. I have to play 3 solo games, and then you can whoop me someday. Well, if I'm playing ranked, you can't play with me, but we can play for fun sometime. For sure. Why not? What's purple doing? Does purple already have green's cap? Yes, they started with 10. When it comes around to green, green's only going to get 3 troops. What are they going to do with them? Oh, green's still here. Yeah, the game is free. You have to like watch commercials or something like that. You have to like watch commercials or something if you want to play games. I don't really know how that works because I just paid for the game. It was like $10. I mean, not really not a huge ordeal to pay like $10 for a game as far as I'm concerned. Let's do a niner. Oops, I put everything there. Oh well, we'll be all right. We will survive. Unless there's a green 3 back here. Of course there's a green 3 back here. Oh, we got good dice. No, let's go here. Well, if I keep getting good dice, I'll just keep letting the greed get a hold of me. Got a black 2 behind me, but hopefully I can hit the black 2 next time, and at least I'll get a bonus. In round, what's that, round 4? Whenever I play Europe Advance, I always want to get a bonus on first turn if I can. Which I probably could have if I had capped down on Greece. If I capped down here, I could have gotten this first turn. But then I would have run the risk of red smacking me because, like, somebody's always here. Somebody is always in this bonus. Vienna, Hungary, or Trieste? I don't know how to say that right. Somebody is always there. So if I'd gone down in Greece, somebody is invariably always capped right here and would have just probably broken that bonus. That was my thought there. The outside, and it being down here, it's only touching 3. It's only touching 3. What do you call it? Territories. And if it's only touching 3 territories, it's really easy to card block right here, and here. Later on, if you get late in game, people are getting big trades. They can just stack a bunch of troops outside here and block and card block you. And if you can't get cards late in game, it's not good. You're just gonna die. So you can buy the game. I think premium is like 11. I think it's like $11 or $12 if you, just regular premium. You don't need to buy everything. You don't need to buy all the maps because you're gonna get a bunch of maps to start out with premium. You don't need to buy all of the add-ons. Mm-mm.
So I just downloaded this here free version,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a Boston map.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm playing right now.
They have lots of maps, and they have maps that are like decommissioned or whatever you want to call that. They just like there was a Russia map that everybody was like super mad that they got rid of it, but you know they kind of invaded another country, and so the map's not on anymore. There's like there's a lot of maps. There's some that are decommissioned. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes they bring them in for a special. You know, they have reasons. Is green gonna break me? Green better be cool, or I'm gonna come smashing in there. I might be able to kill green on the next turn. Capital mode has begun, and purple has green's capital up here in the noob corner. Is anybody going to do anything about it? That's the question that we have right now. Green stayed in the game, much to everyone's surprise. Green stayed in the game unexpectedly. Oh, black went in and hit purple pretty good. So instead of getting 24 a turn, they got 13. What did they get last time? Oh, no, they got 13 last time. So nobody... Nope, never mind. They had a 24 stack. That's what I'm remembering. And now they have France, so they're going to get bigger. Are they going to go this way or this way? That's the question, because orange is in here. All right. Orange is cool. We cool with orange. We don't like purple. We got to get rid of purple. We got to get purple out of here. Whatever we do, we can't let purple be sitting on our cap. Purple's got to stay on the other side of the map. That's all I'm saying. Purple's got to stay over there, over here for now. And green better be cool. Don't you break my Russia. Don't you break my Russia. You chill. All right. Since they took their trade early, I'm probably going to smash green on the next go around here, on the next turn. If red doesn't break my bonus. My bonus! My boners! I don't want red breaking my boners. I'll get you the friend code now that I have one. I was trying to play with a guy in chat last week too. We could play friendly games, but we can't play ranked games. So at some point in time, we could probably put together some friendly games, but I don't know how I'm going to do that because I'd like to put them together on the Discord, so I need people on the Discord to be there because Steve's playing by himself. What are you playing, Boston?
Yeah.
Are you dead yet?
No.
Are you surviving?
I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
He's trying. So the big problem is I don't want to run into green because green is poised to break both of my bonus. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to because it's kind of the only option right now to pick on the weakest player and not let them get the Orient. I don't name these. This Orient bonus is a lot of troops for somebody who doesn't have a capital to be getting.
Matching color it's got.
Where are the trades at? Purple's going to trade. Orange is going to trade. Red's yeah. All right. I'm not trading yet. We just going to stack. But green's going to break this. I thought twice. About breaking green. But I'm going to trade next turn anyhow. So let's see what they do. Oh no, they're coming out. They're stealing my bonus. My bonus. Bastard. That's alright. They're probably going to come open my capital, which means then they're going to die next. Once I get 3 cards. Once they get 3 cards, we're going to have to annihilate green. That's how that's going to go, bro. Oh my god. You guys, we have a wild. Which means we have a trade, then a trade if we need it. Which means green's going to pay. Green's going to pay for breaking my bonus. That's how that goes. Them's the rules. Yeah, Gardaki, I checked my rank earlier. I was at 131 after glitch out last week. The game glitched out on me, and I got 6th place in 2 games back to back because the game glitched out. And I just died, and it logged me out. It was all weird. I don't know what's going on, but the game was having problems. Needless to say, that's what was going on. So because of that, I got 6th place twice. And when you're really high ranked, if you get 6th place, it drops you down quite a bit in the ranking. How the ranking works. So that was a bummer. But I gave the old fist bumps to green, and they stole my bonus. They stole my Southeastern Europe bonus. So now they must pay. They did cap in noob corner. Right here? Or here? Where was purple? Was purple here or here? Was purple on Ireland or Iceland Northwest? I forget. It was one of these. There's a cap here and a cap here. I forget which one is which, but purple's got them both now, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, green. Bring it on, green. Oops. Green doesn't have a trade, and their attacking stack is stuck right here in Istanbul. And red, it seems like red broke this. What's red doing? What is red doing? Red's going into orange. Oh, orange is getting a beat down when purple should be getting the beat down. Where did they go? That was unexpected. Why would you? Huh. Okay. Red's a real wild child, I guess.
Wow, this might be the first game of Risk I actually ever win.
Who you playing?
Oh, just the AIs. You got to do 3 games by yourself before.
Oh,
you
you're
get
playing.
online.
Oh, you're playing like the AI intro games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
That one has.
Why isn't anybody? Oh, somebody's got to be hitting purple at this point. It's got to be black. Black's got to be pushing back into him. Black is pushing into purple. Purple's pushing into black. But black's got the Rabat capital right here. Hey, get out of here, purple. What? My bonus! No! Oh, man. I don't know if I'll be able to kill green now on the next turn. But we just won't open them up this way. Look at purple come all the way over here and hit my bonus. What did I ever do to you, perp? Purple nurple. I'll put it forward there. How much are the trades? 20? Doesn't quite feel right. Let's see. Let's just do this. Let's just be chill for right now, guys. Let's just take a card. Let's just chill. Let's see what they do. Well, at least now I can kill green. At least now I can kill green for 4 cards instead. A Kilted was here. It says, and don't get tilted. Well, you know, it's hard to like green. You know, at this point, it's hard to like green when they're going full noob. You know, the cap in noob corner, they get rolled on turn 1, and then they're just down here goofing around in the Orient. You know.
No, I feel minorly attacked here because I'm playing green.
Are you?
I am.
Oh, black takes a trade. This puts me up to a trade for 25. Is 50 enough? I think 50 is enough to probably kill green.
Board wiped.
Although we still don't know who's down here. Who's in Sevastopol? We don't know. Well, at least purple didn't do anything rash last time. I would have certainly annihilated green if they hadn't. Oh, whoops. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't have a Zerum or anything. Let's get a 40 here and see what we got. And a horsey trade. Oh, wow. Let's put a soft guard there. Let's get 6 here and see who's in Sevastopol. Oh, crap. Slider ruined me again. Let's take this one up here. I don't think anybody can hit a 40 cap right now. Well, somebody might be able to, but I have way too much of the map, so. How many troops? 108? I don't think they'd be able to take 108. I don't think they'd be able to get through all my bonuses, so I probably could recover. I have 3 cards. Not a trade. No trade. 0 trade. It looks like black is on their heels pretty hard right now. Taking a card and only getting 5. My guess is purple has a really big stack in Andalusia right now. And red is coming down this way. I think if somebody was on the chopping block right now, it's black and orange. What's orange getting? Where is orange? Where is orange? 8 troops. Yeah, so orange is up here. I think their cap is in Denmark, and they have this bonus, and that's it. And they are stuck up there until they can get a big enough trade, which might be the next. They're about to go next, and we'll see what they get. If it's 8 again. Oh, they got 13. Oh, they have all this now. They're here. And they're going to get a big trade. And they're probably going to go look around. The next turn, I'm just going to take a card and pass. Right here, Sevastopol. Or maybe I should leave that one there. And take mine right here. That's what I'm going to do. I'll leave a 3 there. And then I'll end my attack phase. Put a 5 there. Like that. 66 cap. I don't think anybody can hit a 66 cap right now. Red might go buck wild and attack down this way. Yep. Going a buck wild. Could have taken a card right there, off that 3, off the 1 here. They could have done anything, but they're breaking me. Probably because I'm getting the most bonus. So they're like, dude, you need to chill. My player's name is Everett Onder. My player's name is officially Everett Onder. Because it's funny. Oh my god, what is black doing? What was that? I don't know what that was. They slow rolled this down. I don't know what they were doing. They got 50 troops on a trade. I'm guessing they put them on cap because they had 5 troops. Red breaking my bonus is kind of weird because you would want me to be strong so that he could get completely sandwiched in between me and purple while purple takes over that side of the map. Can anybody get my sarcasm there? Yeah. My only way through is through orange, and I don't want to hit orange right now. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't want to hit orange, but there's like a reason somewhere. Don't need a trade yet, but we could throw a quattro here. We could throw a quattro here just to be annoying to red. We could throw a 4 here. And then we could throw the rest on our cap, and then we can just go like this. Go like, and put a 3. Then we could end our attack phase, and then we could take this 3 back here and put a 5 there, just so it's annoying. It's annoying to red. Let's see what red does. I have 5 cards, so the retribution will be painful. The retribution. Payback. Payback will be pain. Yeah, hit that black 1. There you go. There you go, little buddy. There you go, little buddy. That's all you needed to do. Don't break my bonus. I'm going to have to steamroll through orange here at some point. The weird thing is I don't see the little ticker that tells me how many you get on the next card trade in. So if you click the cards right here, it's right up here. There's a bonus in the upper right corner, and it tells you what the current trade is. I can actually explain the buttons to you guys. So this right here turns on and off the people troop, but because I have fog, I can't see what the other people's troops have or their alliances or anything like that. This little world thing here is the territory bonuses. Once you have a continent, you get enough territories to create a continent. You get this many troops bonus each turn. And this right here shows you what cards you have, because you get a +2 if you have, when you trade in and you have that territory card, you get a +2 there as long as it's the most forward in the when you put them in up to the left. That'll be the one that where you get your troop bonus. Your troop bonus. We're getting 28. What was orange getting? What's the way through? I think the way over there is certainly through orange. I don't know if now's the time to go like blasting through. Purple doesn't have a trade. Orange does. So let's just chill. Easily could have broken your bonus, but I didn't. So yeah. We'll just chill over here. We'll just get beefy and meaty. We're at 248 troops now. Black is recovering. Red has 5 cards. I might be able to kill red, depending on how far they are down here. 66 cap. I have a trade. I don't have a trade. What would be great is if purple ran into red this turn. If purple went, or orange. Purple or orange, trade, smash red, I'll clean it up. I got my Sevastopol kill guard here. Orange still getting 13, which means they didn't hit nothing. Purple got 18, which means they have France and Spain now, right? Is that right? 4, 8, 11, 15 plus 2 caps. So Southwestern Europe is broken, and they must just have a troop bonus if they're only getting 18. And here comes Orange. Where are they going?
Whoa. What the hell?
Orange is just breaking with a 78. That was it. Now I have a big question here. Can I get red? How much is the trade? 70. So I would need to keep Don't know. Might as well take a look. See what's going on down here. Yeah, that was them. That was it. That's all they had. We got ourselves a cannon trade and a dude trade. That's so hot right now. Cannon trades are hot. Dude trades are hot. Oh, so hot. Next phase. We'll go like that. And we'll just end our attack phase now that we've murdered red. And we'll put this one right here. So we have 8 and 9. Let's see what black does. Let's see what purple does. How is black only getting 8? Who's down here? Somebody has to be down here, like, messing with black. Oh, black's a bot. Oh, no wonder. They've given up. How many cards did black have? They had 3 and traded, right? Yep, they had 3 cards. They traded. I did not expect them to trade. I didn't realize that they'd bought it out. Oh, and they're breaking all my bonuses. You guys, all my bonuses are belong to black, getting them broken. That's ridiculous, man. You bought out. You break my bonuses. Now you're on the chopping block. But now we got to figure out how to get around purple, because purple's going totally buck wild now. They've got 3 caps. They're out of control. We got to get some fist bumps with orange going on here. I could probably keep a guard on black so that I can kill them on multiple cards. Let's see if purple comes through here. If purple come through, Italy. They're attacking a lot. Who knows what they're doing? What are they doing? Oh, they got 25. They're all the way down here now. They've gone completely wild, guys. I could probably keep... I know what I can do. I can keep the black behind me, because purple is going to do all the damage. Purple's just going to keep coming up this way until they kill all that black. And I'm going to keep black right back here. Hey. Hey, man. Oh, man. Orange is attacking me, you know? It's relentless with that guy. We need a 16, yeah? I don't know. Let's put a 12 here. We'll make a 101. We'll throw a little extra troopers over here, and we'll direct black to go bonking around over here, so I can keep the kill behind purple getting it. Unless purple's watching my stream, and then they'll know it's back there. See? Now we keep black right back here. Nice and friendly. Stay with us, black. Yeah. Purple's getting 30. They're going to come straight up Italy. They're going to kill all that black stuff. They're going to kill all these black troops. They're going to think, oh, man, I got it. And then they're going to kind of flail around. Let's see. Do they have enough? Oh, then they go into orange. Oh, my plan. My plan is a beautiful plan. I was born in the dark. Let's see what orange does. Orange is gonna smash some purple. Let's give him a fist bumps. Ba-ba! Let's go. Is he gonna kill purple? Orange might kill purple, or orange might kill black. Sorry, purple. What's wrong with me? Orange, go attack purple. It's fun. It's your new hobby, attacking perp. I'm going to attack black, because black deserves it. I got to take the black kill, because orange isn't stupid, so they're probably going to figure it out. I can just do it with this 20 right here. This little 20 stacker I got right here. This little silly guy. Boing, bing, bing. Bing, bang, bong. We're gonna do that. We're gonna keep attacking with this capital, but we're gonna end up closing it off on accident. That's a bummer. But let's put our 31 here. Oh, who cares? Take a trade because we're gonna get some extra cards. We got a 2/2/2. Let's see if purple was a little sneaky Pete. Nope. Purple was not a little sneaky Pete. So let's make sure that we leave. Let's leave a 7 here. Let's see what purple's doing down here. Oh. Yeah. We got to give him a fist bumps. Oh my god, he lost everything to orange? I don't even realize it. I didn't even realize he was that weak. Oh, and a suicide slam. Oh, he just suicided into orange. Now all he has to do is kill 2 and get two free cards. Okay. Well, we're in a 1-on-1 versus orange, which I did not expect. But they have a 132 down here, which was like 180, 190. They've been producing like no troops whatsoever. I bet that's all of them. Like there's probably like a 50 up on this Denmark cap. Cannot imagine there's very much up here. Did they fortify the capital or did they fortify right here? I don't know. We got to find out. We're going to put 17 here. We have a trade next turn, but they have a trade for sure next turn. So let's see what we got. Let's break that bonus. I'll go over here. I have a 124 right there. Might as well take the bonus while we're here. Oh, they just left a 1 back here? Oh, they left an 8 on that one. Let's take this 16. We'll put it here because that's annoying. And funny, because I'm going to get a trade next turn. So they only got 16 troops. They got 100 in a trade. This is all stuck down here. There's nothing they can do down here right now unless they want to hit this 14 to come up. Where are they going to put their 100? Let's see. Let's see what orange does, because I have a trade next turn. Okay, so they're going to come over. They're going to break everything. They're breaking my bonus. They're breaking my bonus, but I've left a lot of crap hanging around, so they got to hit a bunch of stupid, like, 13s and 1s and 12s and garbage. Oh, they lost 14 on a 12. Baller. Let's see how good they are. They came down here to get this 3 bonus. Very, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, they're going over here. They're going to break Russia. How deep are they going to get into it? Are they going to go all the way? Back to cap. So they got 16 last time. Add in this. And a trade, which means we can go down here. We can go over there. We can take this crap from them. What is it? 8? 22, I think? Something like that. So we have 123. We'll go down here. Off-cap troops will always get smashed right in the teeth. Right in the teeth parts. Go down. Pathing, folks. 7. For a guarantee. Oh, my God. Take it for sure. So we can't card block them. But we can at least hold these goofy caps back here. These capitals in the back just to make them inaccessible. I mean, he could come over with a 125 and hit it, but that's not very smart. But who knows? Maybe Orange is a dumb player. Could very well be. What did they get? 13. They're taking their trade early so that they can come smash some stuff. That's all right. That's all right, buddy. 42. Why did he put 42 there? Okay. 82, 83. He's going to hit the goofy 14 that's sitting down there. Oh, dang. He had a 69. You got to hit his dabs. And that was it. That was the turn. That was the wonderful turn from Orange. Yeah, good game, dude. Yeah.
I lost.
You lost to the bot? To the computer? Hmm.
Yeah, my starting positions were not ideal, and then I got teamed up on the first 2 turns a little bit.
Yeah.
Bad time.
Lost to the bot. We don't know about that. We don't know about that, Steve.
No,
Can't lose
it's
to
not
the
over
bots.
just yet, I guess. Let's see. Try this.
Oh, here comes Orange. Here comes Orange. He's a berserker. Olaf Berserker. What's this player's name? MM Stew 1? MM Stew 1. Come on over. Open up my capital. Thank you. I'm gonna smash your troops. I'm gonna smash your troops because you don't have anywhere to put them now. Well, I guess you could take them all the way down to that capital. Where's he gonna put them? Oh, he leaves them out. Nice. We put the 19 here because we're going to come up. We're going to smash that. We're going to smash this. Oh, we're going to smash all of it, baby. Then can we do some quick maths? 49.
Did I get lucky? I think I got lucky and I didn't actually lose. We'll see. Not promising.
We need to go full tilt. All right. And attack. And we go. And we start working on our card block. Come off of your capital. Please come off your capital. Nice. Now we're going to just card block you for days. Oh, he gave up. He gave up on us, folks. He's a quitter. He's a quitter, that orange. He's a real quitter. We busted him in the teats too much, and he got upset. Let's get a 3 back here. Let's see if there's any goofy nonsense going on back here. It'd be funny if there was like a 12 back there or something. Oh, my gatos negros. I can't get the world dom. Oh, well. Well played, good sir. Victory. Risky move. Okay. And we got it. One more victory in the books. One more victory in the books. Put it right in your taint and smoke it. There's another victory for you. Joseph Vardy. I don't know. Well, they want to be friends. We'll be friends. We'll be friends. Orange was a grandmaster. Orange was a grandmaster. Green was a beginner, played like a beginner. Joseph Vardy was a beginner, but did not play like a beginner. Although they were just sitting in one spot, they should have just booty slammed a bunch of people. They should have just got in there. They should have gone into Italy. There's a lot of things they should have done, but they didn't do it. Mr. Matt was a beginner, and somehow had a super strong position. Noob corner, just kept running into black. Became obsessed with black. Probably, I don't know. They became obsessed. Tunnel visioned. And yeah, it was the death of them because Orange was just sitting there being patient. And if there's one thing I can tell you, do not trust Orange sitting there being patient. Okay? If Orange is sitting there being patient, don't trust them. You can't trust them at all. Space Hunters, Novice, they bought it out after a little bit. They had a very easy start down there in Rabat. And I don't know why they didn't take... what is that? West Africa? They should have taken West Africa. I don't know what they were doing. They were out all over the place. So very novice maneuvers. But all these people could probably get better, in my estimation, except for Green. I don't know if Green will ever have a chance of getting better because Purple had already capped up there, right? Does anybody remember? I don't remember. I thought Purple capped up there. They put their capital up in the noob corner, stuffed all the way up in Iceland. How do you let that? You can't let them? You can't let them exist after that. But Green let them. Green let them exist somehow, some way, by capping right next to them and then immediately losing their cap. So that's that. We got some battle points. I don't know what battle points are for. You just level up. I don't know what the level up does for you. Every once in a while, you get a thing. I don't know what the thing is supposed to do, but you get like a thing, which brings us to 116 and 217, which is really a bummer how bad my my win-loss ratio looks. But the wins go up much faster than the losses do now, except for when my game glitches out, and then the losses go up pretty rapidly. But let's see what our current rank is now. We started at 131. We won a game, and now we're at 121. Probably because we won against a Grandmaster was in there. There were a couple people in the chat. If you guys are interested for more risk-type behavior on the internet, let's go like this. We'll make myself bigger on the screen like this. Hey guys, it's me. I'm bigger. Yeah, I'm bigger, see? I'm bigger than I was before. We lost all of our viewers because people are here for fish content, and then nobody ever asks any fish questions anymore, so we do risk and stuff, and then they all leave. Anyhow. What was I talking about? I don't know. I got bigger on the screen for some reason, and I forgot. Anyhow, I got bigger on the screen. But, oh, yeah, if you're looking for more risk content, there was Kilted was in the chat. Kilted has a ton of risk content. And then JJ Bruh was in the chat also. They both have a bunch of risky behavior playing online risk on the internet. So you guys can check that out. Steve is currently playing risk in the background, and I don't know how he's doing. How are you so far, Steven?
Oh, I'm 2-0 so far against the old robots.
Oh, he's 2-0 against the bots. Okay, I heard you lost against the bots. And
no, I thought I did. I was down to like 2 territories, but I came back.
The comeback. He's making the comeback, bros. Okay. If you guys are interested in more risk content, I'll be posting these weird games that I play on the Corvus Games channel, which has nothing on it yet, but I'm basically making a bunch of videos before I start putting them on there, so I have a steady release schedule for you because things come up, like driving a tractor all weekend and digging holes, and you got to do that because, well, you don't have to do that. I have to do that, you know? Obligations. I'm obligated. Anyhow, state law, federal law. Let's upgrade it to federal law. It was federal law that I did that. Anyhow, yeah, so I would like to have a steady release schedule for you guys, so I'm just stacking stuff up on there. Here, I'll type it out. Well. There. Can't even type it out. Yeah, so we started another channel. No content on there yet, so I don't even know if you'll be able to find it, but as soon as I start posting content up on there, I'll blow it up on the Discord, I'll blow it up on the Patreon, I'll blow it up on my community tab, and then you guys will be like, oh, I'll click on that, or you won't click on it. You'll do one, or you'll do the other. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, yes or no. And that's how it'll go. And, yeah, so that's a Monday stream for you. Big shout out to our only viewer activity of the day from Will M, a $20 super chat for the tip jar. Thank you very much. Sounds good. Much love. I'll talk to y'all on the backside or on the Discord or whatever. Steven, I love you. Have fun out there. Good luck on being a dad. How's dad going?
Oh, it's going great.
It's going great? You're doing good?
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, no problems to report?
Nope.
Sleep's fine?
Oh, marvelous.
All right. He's getting sleep. Things are going good.
Yep.
I slept the most I think I have in a couple of months last night.
Nice.
My sleep tracker said I slept for 8 hours and 30 minutes.
Holy moly.
I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It's weird. Okay. All right. I love you, Steve. I love the chat. Right. Goodbye.
Yeah, love you too, man. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye, man. Okay, bye now. I hung up on Steve. I had to do it. See you guys next week. If not before, I might start supplanting Tuesday night because I used to stream with the Australians, with the Aussies, but they don't. I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. I don't want to tell you. We're just not doing it anymore. How about that? Is that good enough for you? Okay. All right, we out. Mind draws a blank. I wanna go back to the early days when life was an escape. Now I just wait for better days. I lost myself in your reality.
lost myself. I lost myself in your reality. Lost myself. I feel that life, according to a friend, we're all shrink wrapped in families and making ends meet, stuck in jobs we'll never leave. I never wanna be like that, so I hide.